Good day friends, today we are going to discuss about the boiler gauge glass blow through procedures and the boiler blow down procedures. What are the effects of it, what are the different types of blow down, like your bottom blow down, scum blow down, and the benefits of it, and how the automatic blow down is also done. So we are going to see all this in next coming slides. Now the question is, why need to blow down the gauge glass? So the answer is basically to see that the gauge glass connection is clear or not, and if it is clear, then we will be able to get the exact water level whatever is in the boiler, and we will be able to find out the water level in the boiler, and this is a true water level in the boiler. Now if you see this, this is the boiler gauge glass, complete description of it is being given, and this is the another type which is also shown over here, which you can see in this part of it. Okay, and when we talk about this, so this also is one of the boiler gauge glass, where you can see this is the glass tube, this is the glass tube, and then again this is the steam cock A, and this is your water cock B, and this is the drain cock C. This is the simplest one, and you can say that the gauge glass is directly attached to the boiler type. So here you have the steam connections, and here you have the water connections of it. Another which you can see here, this is attached to the hollow column. This is the hollow column which is over there. This is more safer side in that case, and you have the steam isolating valve D over here, and this is the water isolating valve E over here. Okay, and then again in this column attachment is done, and this is your steam cock A, and this is the water cock B, and this is the drain cock C, which is you can see over here, and again the final connection of this glass is shown over here. And here in this basically we have the water shut off ball which is being provided over here. If in case this gauge glass cracks over there, so then this is going to shut off the with the water pressure, it is going to shut off this part of it, and there will not be any water leakages over here. Okay, so here you can also see this is the plugs which you can see over here to clean up the things or to clear out the things. So same like that over here you have the plug also provided here, plug also provided over here, and the description of it you can. So these are the guards provided. Okay, and then again you see over here the drain cock arrangements. Okay, and here you have the steam cock arrangement, this complete, this is the part of it, and then you have the water cock arrangements over here. Okay, so in this slide we are going to see about the boiler gauge glass blow through procedure. Okay, so first step is shut the steam and the water cock, and then open the drain cock. Okay, so after draining water from the side glass, there is nothing coming out, both steam and water cocks are in good order. That is the indication. That means the steam cock is also holding good and the water cock is also holding good. Okay, next is open the steam cock side and blow out the steam. So this steam, even if there is any blockage, it clears out the passage. Okay, so the steam is coming out, that means the steam connection is clear. And when we see that the water cock, when we talk about open it and blow out the water, so this indicates that the water connection is also clear. Okay, then close the drain cock. Okay, so the next step is to open the water cock. So once you open the water cock, the water will gradually rise up to the top of the gauge glass. Okay, because there is no steam pressure backing on it. Okay, now the next is the opening of steam cock. So once it being opened, so the gauge glass will fall to the level of the water in the boiler, means it will now equal whatever is the water level inside the boiler will be equal in the gauge glass also. So in this slide we are talking about the gauge glass, and some of the figures of the gauge glass are being given over here, which I can show over here to you. Okay, and this can be utilized in the examination for drawing the diagrams. Okay. Okay, now we will see about why do we need to blow down the boiler, what are the benefits of it. Okay, so you can see over here we have to prevent the hardness of the other solids entering into the boiler through proper makeup water or the pre-treated water. Okay, so we have to stop this one, we have to prevent this one to accumulated inside the boiler. Okay, and so we have to adopt the blow down procedure, in which we are basically draining the small amount of the high hardness and the solid contained water, and then replace it with the low hardness and the solid contained makeup water. Okay, basically it is the main motto behind it. Okay, when we are talking about this, so this is basically enhancing the performance of the boiler or maximizing the performance of the boiler, and reduces the maintenance and repair cost of the boiler to bare minimum. Okay, and the next is what are the various factors which includes the or affects the blowing down of the boiler. So type of the boiler, like you have the water tube boiler or the fire tube boiler, it changes. Operating pressure also, so the low pressure, the medium pressure and the high pressure, as the pressure goes high the frequency also increases. Okay, and as per the test results, as per the boiler water treatment test results, the blow down is being done, and also about the amount and quantity of the makeup water which is being utilized, that is also the part of it. Okay, we are going to see the effects of blowing down of the boiler. What are the effects of it? Okay, so the first thing which you can see over here, it reduces the density of the salt which is present in the boiler water, and it removes the dissolved and suspended solids or the floating impurities in the boiler. Okay, it removes the sediments of the boiler water, it removes the oil, grease or the top surface of the boiler which is being present, it empties the boiler prior to the entry of it, it reduces the water level in case of emergency. Suppose the high level in gone up, then this is one of the method. Okay, and if they are not being removed, if the blowing down is not done, then the foaming, priming can caused, or the corrosion will also be caused. Okay, and this can seriously damage the boiler space or the steam space or the feed water system. You can see over here is your why is scum and bottom blow down is necessary, what is the use of it. Okay, so as it enters in front of you, why it is being carried out, the scum blow down, or it is also called a surface blow down. So it basically removes the accumulated, suspended and the floating solids and the impurities, and it also removes the dissolved solid concentration which basically hinders the formation of steam. Okay, when we talk about the bottom blow down part of it, so this is basically removes the suspended solids and the residual sludge which is being settled down, otherwise it is going to reduce the boiler tube passages, reduce the flow, and create the problem with the heat exchange. Okay, so this has to be removed on the regular basis. In this one, what are the bottom blow down contaminants or the minerals which is being removed, and this improves the boiler performance, which you can see over here. This calcium and magnesium salt, then iron part of it, copper part of it, then you have phosphorus part of, and silica part of it is there. Okay, so in we are going to see about the surface blow down, what are the things which is being removed over there after this. Okay, so this is surface blow down or the skimming process which is being utilized for removing the dissolved solids. So sodium is one of that, then you have the potassium, then you have the chloride and soluble calciums, then you have magnesiums. Okay, and then you have the phosphate and your silicate or silicate. So in this slide we are going to see about the what happens if the hardness and the dissolved solids which is built up in the boiler. Okay, so if they will be there in the boiler, what is the problem? Okay, so which you can see over here in this coming text that excessive amount of this solid and sludge, this can insulate the heating surface. This will have the scale deposition inside it, and this is hindering the your heat transfer. Okay, and excess heat is to be utilized for generation same amount of heat. This will cause overheating of it and the tube failure or the pressure vessel failure, which you can see that. Okay, high hardness and dissolved solid concentration always lead to the carryover of the boiler water to the steam, and that is going to cause the severe damage or the water hammering part of also in the piping. Okay, and this is also the thing which is shown over here. When boiler water turns to steam, this is the common tendency that the solids are being left behind. Okay, and the dissolved solids will be cycled up, the boiler making up, water is being utilized. Okay, in this slide we are going to see about again the continuation of the hardness and dissolved solid buildup in the boiler. Okay, so what happens, as we have seen, the dissolved solids result in the boiler water carryover, and this is going to cause a severe damage to the attached equipments or the instruments. Okay, such as suppose you have the LNG ships, then you have the steam turbines, which is as the main propulsion unit, so that is also going to have a problem. Heat exchanges and the steam traps are also creating the problem part of it. Okay, surface blowdown is the method used to remove these solids dissolved. Okay, and when we talk about the blowdown frequency, so this is something which is very useful to know about. Like you have the high pressure boilers, then the frequency is depending upon the test results also, that daily also it is possible, or otherwise the weekly ones is there on that part of it. So here we are going to see about how this surface blowdown system work basically. Okay, so in this one we can see over here the surface blowdown is connected with a pipe, and this pipe is already entered into the boiler water below 6 inches approximately, or as per the manufacturer guidelines. Okay, as you can see over here, the this is being fitted in the steam drum of water tube boiler and the upper steaming portion of the fire tube boiler. Okay, because the scum blowdown is from top. Okay, and this pipe needs to remain below the water level at all the time when the boiler is being operating. Okay, the skimmer pipe is controlled using a special pressure rated needle valve or the flow throttling valve designed for this purpose. The high pressure boiler type, and here you can see that the controlling of the skimmer valve, or you can say the micrometers, are also being utilized to adjust basically how much you want to do the blowdown, the scum blowdown, and this is monitored. But the main thing is that if you have the load of the boiler is steady, and then if the boiler is being operated on this, and accordingly the adequate amount of the dissolved solids has to be in control. So in that case this micrometer valves are useful. But what happen if you have the fluctuating steam load, fluctuating steam demand? So in that case the dissolved solids which are there, this needs to be as per the steam demand, it needs to be controlled. Okay, so then in that case automatic arrangements has to be done. Okay, so diagram which you can see over here, the automatic arrangement attached to it. Okay, so the steam drum part of it, as you can see, this is skimmer pipe, or you can say the surface blowdown pipe, is already entered into the boiler water. This full block valve which is attached over there, the manual blowdown valves that is there, normally closed condition to drain it. Okay, and this is to clean out the valves, and this is the conductivity electrode which is found out, and this is the motorized valve or the solenoid valve, automatically operated as per the demand, as per the supply, how much amount it has to be open for the draining part of it. So this is something which is the diagrammatic arrangements of the automatic scum blow. So here you can see the location part of it. Here you have the scum valves attached from the steam drum part of the water tube boiler, or you can see the blow down valves attached to the bottom part, and this is the ship side valve of the blow down type of it. Okay, and here you can see over here, this is something which is the non-return valve shown in the this thing. Okay, here you can see this, the procedures: open valve in order 1, 2 and 3, and then close in reverse. When you have to close, you have to close in reverse. The blow down valve adjacent to the boiler 2 should be fully open in prevent of cutting of the valve seats. Okay, so this is something which is 2, they are talking about 2, so this has to be completely open and the flow is being controlled by the operation of 3. Okay, so this is something which is you have to take care of. And this is your the hot drain pipe. When we talk about, this is always lagged. Okay, so but in case you can feel over there, if the pipe is remains hot, okay, pipe remains hot, then in that case this is indication that the blow down valves are being leaking. Okay, so which you have to take care of. This ends the slideshow, and I hope you must have understood this completely. So thank you, and we are going to discuss further in other videos regarding the various parts of the boilers or the related issue on it. Okay, so my channel name is the MMD Exam Tips, which you can subscribe for the more latest information on the boiler or the fire, or I am planning to put some videos related to the safety rules, regulations also. So thank you all of you again for the watching this video.